The bitch is back! Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Smiley, and today I am very, very excited to be talking with you guys about what I think is going to be my favorite movie of the year, Rocketman! It's very hard not to sing that title. Let me just try. Rocketman! Yeah, I can't do it. I can't not sing the title. God damn. I've already said it, but I'll say it again. This is the best goddamn movie of the year. I don't care if you like musicals or not. Spoiler alert. It's a musical, by the way. This movie is awesome. So, Rocketman follows Elton John in his rise through rock and roll and his transformation from Reginald Dwight into Elton John and his struggles with addiction. It also mixes in some of Elton John's most popular music into just wonderfully choreographed sequences that are just a beauty to behold. Seriously, do yourself the treat of watching this movie in 4K HDR on like a nice OLED TV. You'll thank me later. First thing I want to touch on just super quickly, because I kind of already mentioned it, but I want to talk about those fantastic music sequences. Holy shit, the choreography and the singing and just everything about these sequences are absolutely beautiful. During the Saturday Night's Alright for Fightin' sequence, I could feel my jaw just slowly dropping as the camera moves through these, like, it's like 50 or 60 extras that are all just doing incredible choreography while Taron Egerton's moving through them. We'll get to Taron Egerton in a minute, don't you worry. But it is absolutely incredible. And that particular sequence, the Saturday Night Dance sequence, you should watch the extended version of that. If you get the Blu-ray or the Google or the iTunes version, there are extras and stuff. Go in and watch the extended version because the entire thing is almost one shot. And it is fucking gorgeous. Like, I have no idea why those couple... It's just a couple seconds, really, too, that are cut from it that make it look more cut than it actually is, which is very odd, but if you do end up picking it up, I highly, highly recommend that you check that out. And, in fact, watch all of the extended musical numbers because, I mean, they're just awesome and it's great fucking music, so, you know, who gives a shit? Watch them. Watch them all. Watch them multiple times. I'm not going to mention any other names of songs that are done as sequences here because the last one in particular is kind of a spoiler. So I'm not going to mention it, you know. I want you to experience this movie and see that sequence for the first time without any kind of prompting. It's absolutely amazing. I left this movie with tears of joy in my eye. It was fucking incredible. Taron Egerton as Elton John, holy shit. Oscar right here. Best actor. Thank you very much. Taron Egerton, please come collect your trophy. He gives the performance of a goddamn lifetime in this movie. I knew he was going places after that one shot in Kingsman, the parkour sequence where he's running from this group of thugs, and he just does this incredible one-shot parkour sequence in the Kingsman movie, and right then and there, I knew this fucking guy was going places. Just soaring straight to the top. And I think Rocketman is that place. I mean, this performance that he gives is just absolutely incredible. He does all of the singing in this movie, so it's him doing all of the music, except for the very last song, which is him and Elton John performing together. That happens during the credits, though it would have been really nice to see Elton John and Taron Egerton dancing down together during one of the musical numbers. But, you know, you can't have everything. But Egerton's ability to portray Elton John's incredibly layered persona between his struggles with addiction and his journey to finding his sexuality, he really gives a phenomenal performance all the way through. And there was not a single second where I was bored during this movie. It was just constantly entertaining. I want to talk about Bryce Dallas Howard as Elton John's mom real quick, just because I had no idea that this was Bryce Dallas Howard until I looked it up, because I kept looking at her and I'm like, I know who that is. I just can't tell though. I had no idea. So I looked it up and I saw, oh shit, it's fucking Bryce Dallas Howard, who just disappears into the screen. I think she also deserves some serious props for this movie, because like I said, I had no idea it was her. She just melted into this role. It was absolutely incredible. Jamie Bell plays Bernie, Elton John's songwriter, and he does this so well, the caring friend who's just trying to keep his buddy out of the shit, you know, out of drugs and all kinds of shit that Elton's getting into in his days. It's really incredible, and some of the sequences that he does are absolutely heartbreaking. He does get a moment to sing in one of the songs, and he does a fantastic job, as does Richard Madden, who plays John Reed. He gets to sing in one of the songs, and he's also fantastic in this movie, despite the fact that John Reed's character is a fucking asshole, and probably John Reed the real person too. I don't know that much about him, but he seems like a fucking asshole. But Richard Madden did an absolutely spectacular job playing him. he's another one that kind of just melted into his role. Everyone in this movie is completely unrecognizable as themselves and just fade into who they are on screen. It really is spectacular. It really is a sight to behold. And if you haven't seen this movie, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. You need to see this goddamn film. So I want to give a special shout out to the grandma in this movie, Elton John's grandma. Not Elton John's real grandma, but the lady that played her in the movie. Holy shit, she is fantastic. There's one particular sequence where she is watching Elton play the piano, and the look on her face and everything about how she's viewing that moment reminded me so very much of my grandma that I actually started tearing up in that moment, because it was just incredible to see that. She really deserves a special... You know what? I'm gonna look it up real quick to find out what this lady's name is, because she deserves the mention. Gemma Jones. The lady's name is Gemma Jones. Holy shit, she gives a fantastic performance as Elton John's grandmother. And yeah, again, if you haven't seen this movie, I don't know what the fuck you're doing with your life, because this is the best movie that's going to come out this year. Guaranteed. Oscar Best Picture, Oscar Best Actor, Oscar Best Screenplay. I don't know if there's an Oscar for Best Musical, but if there is, Oscar Best Musical, Oscar Best Score. Seriously, this should sweep up the fucking Oscars. Oscar Best Cinematography. And if it doesn't, boycott the Oscars. That's all I'm gonna say. If this does not get a nomination in every single one of those categories I mentioned, you boycott the fucking Oscars. You don't watch them, you don't listen to them, because they're fucking lying to you. Because Rocketman is the best goddamn movie that will... Okay, I need to calm down, because I just got very excited there for a second. But yeah, this movie should clean up at the Oscars. I really hope it does. Not that a movie needs the Oscar recognition to be a fantastic film and a fucking masterpiece of cinematography and music and everything that those two things combine, but it'd just be really nice for the cast and crew of this movie to get the recognition they deserve from the Academy. And so before I give my rating to this movie, I just want to let you guys know real quick, I'm reworking my rating system. I'm changing the subtitle for each rating. So 10 out of 10 is now going to be masterpiece instead of whatever the fuck it was before, because I honestly didn't remember, and that's why I never said it in any of the videos when I gave out a 10 out of 10, so I'm changing it to masterpiece from whatever it was. I guess you can kind of guess what I'm going to give Rocketman. I'm gonna talk about the other ratings and how I'm changing them in a later video. We'll talk about that later. Probably when I talk about the Pixel 3 and the upcoming release of the Pixel 4, I'll do a quick channel update in that video coming in a week or two now. But yeah, Rocketman, I'm gonna give a 10 out of 10 because it is a fucking masterpiece. A goddamn masterpiece, and it gets the 10 out of 10. So yeah, that's it for Rocketman. Leave a like on this video if you liked it. Leave a dislike if you didn't like it. Let me know in those comments down below what you guys thought of Rocketman. And as always, I hope you guys have an amazing week. Keep it kosher. Peace.